What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back. Welcome to another episode. Okay, welcome back to another episode of Thoughts and Divine Wisdom. Alright, you know, I just stopped and now I'm relaxed and now I'm going to do a video, but this video that I'm going to do is going to be a little, it's going to go into something very important. I'm going to go more in depth into this next topic that I'm going to talk about, and that is the falling away period. The falling away period is what I'm going to talk about. Alright, now, the falling away period basically is when you're going through the journey, alright, and you're doing the work, you're doing all the steps, right? There's going to be a point in time where certain things in your life you're going to stop doing. Okay? And when as you keep moving forward, what's going to happen eventually is you're going to get to the point where nothing makes sense anymore. And it's going to be a point in time where, it's going to feel like you only have you to depend on. The falling away period is your old life of what you used to be, and you don't live that anymore. But before you get to the new life, you put down the past life, and there is a in-between point where, as you're stepping towards the new life, you're going to be in the in-between where it's just you in the middle. You got your past life back here. Also, you got the people from the past life still trying to grab a hold of you, talk to you, doing all the stuff they used to do. All at the same time, you're trying to figure out the new life. Okay? So, what do I mean by the falling away? Alright. The falling away is basically habits. Cigarettes. That's one of mine now I gotta stop. If there's any addictions, the past life, things that you used to do that you don't anymore. The reason why is because your frequency is becoming greater and your mindset is changing. You don't think the same way anymore. I put it like this. Let me give an example. As you move forward in this life, right? As you move forward in your journey and you're putting the stuff down, if you ever to yourself decided that I'm going to go back to something, when you go back to that thing, it's not going to feel the same. It's not. It's going to feel like, you're going to look at it and you're going to be like, yeah, I see it there, but it ain't the same. It could be a relationship. It could be friendships. It could be going to certain places or doing certain things. When you go back to it, it's going to feel like an adult looking at an adult who used to party or go out clubbing. When you walk the journey, and if you ever decided to go back to partying, when you get there, it's not going to feel the same. You're going to feel like you're out of place. Hold on for a second. Got to up these ones. Sorry about that. You're gonna feel out of place. You're gonna feel like, why am I here? Those things will come across the mind. Okay? So, the key thing is, whatever is old, leave it and move on. That's the key. Because your new life is going to expose you to new ideas and thoughts and creativities. That's what's going to happen moving forward. But the reason why the falling away is also important is because if you're still holding on to the wrong friends, the wrong things, the wrong mindset, all that, if you are still doing those things, man, it will hinder what your future will be. It will hinder, where you're going. Okay? So the falling away point is very important. But when you fall away, you must truly let it go. Now, like myself, will there be things left over? Yes, there will be things left over. But eventually, before long, on your journey, you may let those things go too that's still there. Like for me, I smoke. And I don't have a problem smoking. But you know what? Moving forward on this journey, if my life permits me to say, hey, and I feel it in the spirit, I feel it in myself, and it's telling me, hey, it's time to let this, habit go. Guess what? It's time to let it go. And it's not going to be a fight, because within yourself, how you feel within yourself. It's not going to affect you when you actually let it go. It might be rough because, it's a habit, but when you let it go, you're going to fully let it go, because and you can see where you're going when you're like, okay, it's time to let this go. I'm not going to affect where I'm going moving forward. I'm not going to affect the blessing that I see coming up. So you let it go because you can see it. So those things will eventually leave too. And this is, and it goes back to what I was saying about being perfect. No, the steps aren't about being like perfect physically or perfect in every single way. No, the journey is about where your heart's at and how you moving and how you walking and how you handling things. That's the key to it all. Not, I ain't never sinned, I don't smoke, I don't drink, I ain't never did wrong in my life. No, that's not what it is. It's about you walking a certain way. And it's about your heart, and it's about your morals and your character and how you think. This is the thing that's being looked at. This is the thing that's being judged. This is also the thing that's being tested. Right. So, it's not about it's not about being perfect. What it is about is how you walk in your heart, your life, your mindset, and everything. And as you walk perfect in that, in flaws and all, then the divine or the higher divine conscience will continue blessing your steps. And then when the time comes to put that cigarette down, you'll put it down. You're going to eventually put it down, because the path that you're on is going to show you, okay, it's time to put this down. And you're going to do it. You're going to be like, okay, it's time to put this down. I see what's in front of me now. I can see the vision. I can see what's happening. I can see everything. So you're willing to put it down, because that in what's ahead is much more important than you keeping this little habit, or this material thing, or this consuming habit, or whatever. You know, these things aren't important. See, in the journey at the beginning, they feel very important, because this is what you're used to. You're used to having these things. You're used to having these addictions. You're used to having these friends. You're used to being at these places, and the list goes on and on and on, right? But as you make the sacrifice for the self, because you love yourself, right? And you put it down and you make the sacrifice. It feels weird. Anything you do differently is going to always feel uncomfortable. You put those things down because you care for yourself, and you move forward in everything, right? Those things, as you continue walking and growing and moving forward, looking back at what you once was, it's not even going to feel important anymore. Whereas at the beginning, all that was important. All that was important. But as you move forward and take the right steps and keep moving down your path, what happens eventually is you become so, you transform in thought, in heart, in spirit, mind, everything, to where you're not the same person that you once was anymore. And so when you look back at the old habits and the old things or whatever, they're not going to feel the same way anymore. They're not going to feel the same way at all. That's the truth. It's like, I think it was Jerry Seinfeld, when he said that when he used to stay with his parents, his room that he stayed in and everything was the kids' room. And when he stayed in that room felt so big. But then when he left and went and did his thing and all that, years later, when he had to move back just for a short time, I guess, they gave him his own room back. They gave him his own room back. And he said when he was in there, he said that room felt so small. That room felt so small. And he was like, what happened? It's the same room. It's the same room. But when he came back, that room felt so small. Like, yo, this room is small as all. And that's how life works. That's how life works. Life works like that. Okay? So, the mind, everything changes when you do the falling away. And as you walk in or whatever, it's not don't look at the falling away as a religious practice. That's not how it worked. We all did the same thing every single day growing up. Went to church on Sunday, so got baptized and all this different stuff, everything, and never felt differently ever. It was just a habit. There's something that we did as churchgoers. It didn't change us. You just saw the dogmas and everything, people shouting and, running down the aisles and stuff like that. But it never changed who you was. It never changed you at all. And you went every single day. You tried to grab hold of the church vernacular, what people were saying in the church, and try to say the same thing. All at the same time, it never changed who you were. It didn't change you. Now, this walk, when you truly look within and do the work and all that good stuff, and you do the falling away and all that, you're going to feel a change. And it is guaranteed if you're walking correctly, if you're walking the path and you're doing everything that you need to do. Your mind, your heart is in the right place as you're walking. You start to sense your frequency, the way you feel going up. And staying there. You start feeling that your mindset is changing. You start feeling all these different things. And when the time comes, when you decide to look back, I'm just giving these examples to show you the falling away process works, and how you look at it at the beginning, and how when you are on your journey, it's not going to feel the same way. It's not going to feel the same way at all. It's like that Jerry Seinfeld skit that he did. It ain't gonna feel the same. And you gonna feel it. You gonna feel it too. Real talk. So this is guaranteed to happen. This is very guaranteed to. This is guaranteed to happen, and it will. It will happen. Okay. So let me say that don't be afraid when you go through it. Don't be afraid of the steps. You're not by yourself. The divine and the universe source is with you. And like I always say, I'm here. If any of y'all have any questions on anything on this journey, I am here to help. You know what I'm saying? I don't know everything, because I'm also building this plane while I'm flying it. And you doing the same thing too. But if there's something that I can help you with, or give some advice, or whatever, feel free to text me, or not text me, but feel free to leave something on the comment board, or leave a message on the a comment on the video, or send an email to thoughtsanddivinewisdom@gmail.com. Okay, I'm here. We need to basically, for all my people with open hearts, for all my people who is trying to get it right, for all my people who is trying to gain understanding. I am one of the ones who is on the path, and I am here to try to help in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And also, if I can help you in any type of way, if we build this community, if we build this community to help each other, we will get there. And it will be a pure community. How? Is because we're all learning the lesson of using discernment, using your heart, and using your divine intuition. We're all doing it. So if we hear something false, your heart ain't gonna lie to you when you feel that something don't sound right. That's letting you know to yourself what they saying don't sound right at all. Don't believe it. If somebody come in here trolling, we automatically know what that is. If somebody come in here wanting to debate because they a Christian or whatever the case is, we know where we stand at. But the biggest point of all is we have each other and we are here. Okay? This movement that I'm trying to start is grassroots, and hopefully one day we can get this thing big enough to where we start the trend for all the people who are on the path to have some place to go. They leave this place knowing these are fellow comrades. These are fellow my peers on this walk and on this journey. Now, don't get me wrong. If you want to go somewhere else, you can go somewhere else. Ain't nobody forcing you. Ain't nobody stopping you from doing what you want to do. But let me say this clear, okay? If you are trying to gain understanding of this path and you're deciding to go back to religion to understand it, then guess what you are doing? You are basically saying, I am ready to go back to being coddled now. That's basically what you are saying. Because all they know is the religion. So when they talk to you, they're going to tell you kind words. They're going to tell you the things that, the nice things. But they're going to give you words to lure you back into the man-made religion. That's all I'm going to say to you. Okay. But anyways, I think I talked enough. Until next time, y'all stay blessed. Hopefully, I hope my video will help somebody along the way. Until then, stay blessed and take care. All right, peace.